everyone, it's Suzanne from A Walk Down Memory Lane with a tips and techniques video for you today. I'm going to be creating a 12 by 12 scrapbook page of my nieces, and I'm going to be using the new American Crafts Neopolitan collection. The base of my layout is the pattern paper from that collection called Simple Romance, and I've already cut off the bottom there. I'm going to be layering a piece of 8 by 11 inches brown cardstock, and that's where my pieces are going to be adhered to. I'm using my HHE gun for most of my adhesive today. That looks good right about there. Right about there. The photo I'm working with today, because it is my nieces, this is Isabel and Alexandra, and this is from my sister-in-law's wedding in Colorado that my husband and my husband's family flew out to be a part of. And I just love this photo. And I cut the photo 6 by 6 on my home photo printer, and I left like a little edge of white matting around. The next pattern paper I'm using for that Neapolitan collection is At First Sight, and I just love this floral print. And I cut this at 7.5 by 4 1/4, and then I matted it in a light green bezel cardstock. And that's going to go on the right side. I'm sort of building a grid, if you will, for my journaling and photos and title. And that's going to go here. And then the last piece of pattern paper, I used the vertical stripe, and this is the Lucky Laugh pattern paper. And you can find all of this paper at A Walk Down Memory Lane. And there'll be links in the blog post for that. This little strip is cut at 6 inches by 1.5 inches. And that's going to go there. And to kind of tie these three pieces together, I have a piece of light blue cardstock just for my scraps. And this is cut at 9.5 by 3/4 inch. And that's going to go there. Like I said, this is just a pattern paper scrap from my stash that has that light blue on the back, and I'm going to adhere that here. There's a little bit of that blue in this floral print. Get that straight. Like I said, we're just going to tie all these elements together. And then also from that collection, these are part of the pinwheel embellishments, and they're really thick. We're going to use one of those on the layout. Haven't decided which one yet. I love them all. Kind of lay them out here. That's the great thing about the clear plastic that the embellishments are adhered on. You can kind of lay them out. I really like this newsprint, but I'm not quite sure if it kind of goes with my layout. I think I'm going to go with this pink dotted, and I'm going to put that right here. One of my favorite elements from this line are the flutterbees, not quite sure how it's pronounced, flutterbees probably. And it's the banner sheet that's stitched together, and that's one of my tips for this video, is I had such a hard time, love the look of the banners, but I had such a hard time cutting them evenly. And what I'm going to do is tie a few here, and I might have to lift up my embellishment here, and then I'm going to put a few up here in this top corner. And these are perforated, and I guess you could even use both sides. This is like a craft color on the back and then the pattern on the front. I'm going to use the pattern. I'm going to start from this center and kind of punch these out. I went ahead and punched these out from the sheet and put some adhesive down here on the top portion of this strip, and adhering this little banner. Just love the look of the stitching going across there. It's so easy. And then I also tore off another little piece, or I should say punched out a little piece, and that's going to go in the top corner here to tie those two elements together. Let's see if I can get a hold of it here. Both sides are so pretty. I guess you could also twist it around and use both the craft side and the pattern side. I'm just using my small mono adhesive for this part for better control. A little bit here and a little bit there. And can trim off that last piece and even play with this a little bit before the final product. Great thing is I can just rub some of that adhesive out of the way. There we go. I really like that. It kind of ties in the blue too. And I peeled off my pinwheel and we can stick him back on. Her back on, I guess, with all the pink. Alright, and my title is going to be, That's What Little Girls Are Made Of. And then my journal strips are going to go on the side, and I actually printed them off on my computer. I used a font on my Microsoft Word and then printed this little poem. Sunshine and rainbows, ribbons for hair bows, tea parties and laces, baby doll faces, and then the popular sugar and spice, and everything nice, and then it'll say that's what little girls are made out of. I guess that's what little girls are made of. So I'm going to stretch these out and see where I want them all to be. I think I want them. And then I'm going to number the journaling as well with the same alphas for the title. So I think I like that, and I'll just use my small mono to adhere these. So I adhered the second part of my title using those tiny type alphas, and I did That's What Little Girls Are Made Of. Like I said, I was going to number my journaling, and I'm going to add in another American Craft stickers. These are the Giggles foam letter stickers, and they're very pale pink. Next to my journaling, I'm just going to put a 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Hopefully that 6 fits in there, or else we'll have to scoot over everything nice. Put some more adhesive on this. Well, I don't think it needs it as it's sticking to everything. Getting over a cold, so I keep clearing my throat. Sorry about that. And 6. Let's get that over just a little bit more. And then the finishing touch for this layout is I'm going to use one of the new products from American Crafts, and that is the date roller. I am so happy I ordered this from a walk down memory lane. I love it. It has the roller for the date, and then it also has sentiments on it, which I didn't realize. Some of them are best day ever. There's a banner celebrating a day in the life, big day, lovely day, on this date, and photographed on. And then the sentiments on this side. And there's also a blank one, so if you didn't want, you just wanted just the date, you can move it to that. Now, in order to see which sentiment you're using with your date, you roll this knob here, and then the number corresponds with what the element is. So I chose big day for this layout since this was a wedding, and then the wedding date. And I'm going to use some Color Box Fluid Chalk ink to kind of bring out the brown of this layer here. And then I'm going to use the ledger lines right here at the bottom and cross my fingers that... Alright, and I fixed some of the letters there by carefully stamping it again, and I like the imperfect look of like the rolled number 2 there being a little bit lower. And that Lizzy, Dear Lizzy date roller stamp from American Crafts is available in the Walktown Memory Lane store, along with almost all the other products that I used today on this layout. So we hope you stop by and take a look at what we have to offer. A lot of new products from CHA are now available. Thanks so much.